up? It's Paul from Guitar World, and today we're going to be looking at an acoustic guitar, one that doubles as a travel acoustic as well. And if you're wondering why I don't have this guitar in front of me here, it's because it showed up like this. Right here in this box, this small, lightweight box from Klos Guitars. Yep, today we're going to be checking out the Klos Guitars Grand Cutaway Mini in carbon timber. So let's open this up and check it out. This is how it arrives. So what we have here is what seems to be a convertible gig bag from Klos Guitars. Over here, I can kind of see poking out is the neck, and this must be the body. And since I said it's a convertible gig bag, this also doubles as a regular acoustic gig bag made with, the same durable materials for those who love the outdoors and love backpacking. So obviously this really lives up to its travel guitar name already. You see taped here to it, there's a QR code, which will probably tell me how to assemble this guitar or put it together. It says the neck bolts are in the neck pocket at the top of the gig bag, and then it's an instrument assembly QR code. I'm going to pull this out. All right. Okay, so here we have the carbon fiber body. And then you can see the strings are already attached. And I'm going to open this, the neck bag, pull out the neck. Here we go. And there we go. Here's the Klos neck with the strings already strung. You have a capo here from Klos, obviously, to kind of hold the strings in place. Now, we're going to attach this whole guitar, this Grand Cutaway Mini, and let's see what we got here. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll put that here. All right, let's get down to assembling this Grand Cutaway Mini from Klos Guitars. I brought my handy table here. As mentioned before, here are the nuts and bolts toolkit found in the pocket of the gig bag. So let's open this up first. What we have here is a mini Phillips head screwdriver, the bolts, truss rod Allen key, and here we're going to do the actual saddle, which is compensated. So we're going to have to seat that first here, and just make note that, the compensated part of it needs to go by the E and B strings. So let's pop that in first. Just make sure it goes evenly. Next up, we're going to seat the neck into the body. Make sure each of the strings are not twisted in the wrong direction. Yeah, see here. Let's make sure all the strings that we have here are aligned. There we go. See, now they're right. Now let's seat this back. They're all following in the right direction. And as you can see, it perfectly lines up. Now we're going to put the bolts in. I'm going to do as they said in the video, is to sort of do a cross pattern so that it kind of seats uniformly. Just find where the hole is and then kind of just guide it in with your hand, with your fingertips, before you start using the actual screwdrivers. So I got this seated already here. Easy, it's lined up perfectly. You can hear how quickly, just how precise this is. So now all 4 screws for the neck are in the neck right now. And now I'm going to tighten this uniformly. It's funny, I thought I was going to need some heavy-duty tools to do this. I brought some with me, and it turns out I don't even need them. It's like everything, Klos provides everything to really streamline how you set up this guitar. So I'm going to get it to where where the bolts just hit flush with the body. The neck bolts are flush with the body. Try not to over tighten. As I believe they said in the video, you don't need to go nuts and over tighten this neck. Just make sure that they all are tightened in the same way without over tightening. So that should do it. So there you go. This is already almost perfectly lined up. And now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tune the guitar over here. Other thing you'll need to do is make sure that all 6 strings are lined up here in the nut slot so that that allows you to tune without it so it's not out of the nut slot. You're going to want them to be lined up. So I'm going to do this before I take this off. Just get it a little bit of tension. All right, so I've got this up to tension, close to tension. Then I'm going to take off the Klos capo here, which has a tension wheel. Some of the best capos have tension wheels. So I pulled off the capo. Now I'm just going to tune this guitar real quick. I'm pretty amazed so far how easy this whole process was and how this is already perfectly lined up and just almost set up. I'm going to sight the neck really quick. It's pretty straight. I mean, yeah, maybe a slight back bow, but that's not terrible. But the action already on this particular guitar is low and perfect. This thing is loud. Right out of the box, me assembling it, you just saw me. I didn't do anything, no special magic tricks or any particular things off camera. I just basically just bolted this thing together. The action is perfect, like literally perfect on this thing, especially if you like low action, but combined with the impressive like volume you get out of this Grand Cutaway Mini, it's wow. So this is carbon timber, according to Klos Guitars. So as I've read from Klos, the carbon timber is a nickel-infused unilateral carbon fiber weave. And as you can see, just looking at the top of this guitar, it emulates the look of wood. And as I kind of noticed when I strummed the guitar, it definitely has this deep and separate resonance that is definitely carbon fiber. I'm struck by the warmth of it. So I guess it's a good reason it's called carbon timber, because it has that warmth of a wood instrument. And the other thing that's very cool about this particular carbon timber is the fact that each of the instruments that they make with this has its own unique one-of-a-kind pattern. And you can see on this particular top that sort of its very unique pattern that's, you know, that almost emulates the grain of a wood top. And, you know, this is just a great look at this thing. It's great. And as I've always mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of Klos guitar's neck profile. And this particular neck profile is, you know, slim. It allows you really to, you know, really stretch for, you know, complex chords. And it's just super comfortable to play. But I mean, yeah, this thing is like, to me, one of the perfect sizes. That the scale length is more of, you know, condensed, very similar to Gibson scale length. It's a 24 3/4 scale length. The body length is 461 millimeters. The depth is 97 millimeters on the body depth. The body waist width is 222 millimeters. Upper bout width is 258 millimeters. And the lower bout width is 367 millimeters. Whether you use this this doubles as your travel guitar, which it easily falls in that category, this could also become your main guitar. You know, you look at guys like Ed Sheeran, who have this mini guitar that they use to play arenas, and this would easily fall into that category, that you can play this guitar in an arena if you wish. It's cool. And the other thing to mention about this guitar is that Klos really prides itself on using Plek technology. So, like I said before, when I was just like assembling this, everything seems to fall into place perfectly. And this instrument is right out of the box, after assembly, perfect, all set up, the action's already there. And a lot of it has to do with the Plek technology. So because every neck is run through Klos's Plek machine and comes with stainless steel frets, you get that low action and the precision filed frets that make this guitar easy to play, and also precise in intonation as well. So really, it's a perfect instrument. Now, I've read some reviews that some people say that maybe the neck moved a little bit. And if you need to do that, you can adjust the neck via the truss rod located right over here. And it comes with a truss rod wrench, so in case you need to adjust the bow or the back bow. But this particular guitar, I mean, again, now that it's settled in here, the neck is perfectly straight on this, which also, this one seems to have the perfect action on this particular guitar. Now, another thing too, this is the carbon timber Grand Cutaway Mini. There's also a carbon fiber option as well. The other thing about carbon fiber, or in this case, the carbon timber, this is also an extremely resistant material that's resistant to temperature and humidity. This allows you to stay in tune longer. This won't warp, they won't bend or crack in different climates. So this is the perfect travel guitar or outdoor guitar that will be resistant to all those temperature and humidity changes that normally affect wooden instruments. So you won't have to worry about this thing. This will probably outlive you. That was the assembly part of this video and my initial reaction of assembling this guitar, which is, wow, this was an actual treat to do. Let's hear this guitar acoustically and plugged in. It comes with LR Baggs electronics. So let's take a listen to that and this guitar acoustically, which, if you're like me, you'll be impressed at the incredible volume and resonance this particular model has. All right, so I got some microphones set up right over here. Let's hear the Klos Grand Cutaway Mini acoustically, not plugged in. As I noticed before, this has a really big booming sound, a lot of output acoustically, and really you just get a lot of sustain out of this guitar. So take a listen. Yeah, let's hear it, just single notes on this. So as you heard, every note is in tune and just perfectly intonated on this guitar. It's just a blast to play acoustically. And here's the guitar now with the LR Bag's anthem pickup. This is plugged in. Again, this guitar works perfectly on stage and outdoors in the wilderness. Whatever you want to throw at this guitar, it's just ready to handle it. Let's take a listen. One thing I love about this acoustic is the cutaway. You know, with just 20 stainless steel frets, it allows you to get right up to the 20th fret with no problem, no effort. It's just great. And even because of the Plec technology and which does all the filing and leveling of the frets, you can hear every note is perfect. No buzzing, no fret noise. Yeah. You can even bend. So there you have it. This Klos Guitars Grand Cutaway Mini in carbon timber is just a stellar guitar in every respect. Playing this, you almost forget that you're playing a carbon fiber instrument because of its incredible resonance, the warmth, and just the ease of playability on this guitar. From setup to assembly to even disassembling this guitar is ready to go anywhere with you. This is a lifestyle instrument that is ready for the stage, the studio, and even the great outdoors. This is one of those instruments that just wow you right from the start. Definitely check it out.